And if it's in the game,
what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Colton, and I'm gonna get right to the video of Packers versus Miami Dolphins
on Madden NFL 24.
And we come to you from one of the truly
Comment below if it's hard to hear my voice when playing this.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lambeau. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Season stats are
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right. It leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown!
Touchdown already. Let's go. Freaking go. Derrick Henry already got a touchdown because he's so good. I can't even express how good Derrick Henry is.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Wait. Okay, never mind.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away. Because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. He's going to get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make a tackle for loss. From midfield, here's Tua. Being chased, and he's going to have...
Who's the quarterback? Tua.
Down he goes.
Tua.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about one man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection.
Come on.
Thank you. Get that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Yeah.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 3. He's got
Derrick.
Derrick Henry. And he gets this one just
Derrick Henry.
To the
Freaking go.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offensive line read them early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball.
Looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Brandon Aaron Jones picking it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Don't do that. Should have just kept rolling around.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sorry, I'm sick.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this throw incomplete.
Did not catch that.
The defender all over at that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Let's go!
They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Yeah.
That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line.
Yeah, I don't know why I call him Carlitos.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Yeah, this punt will go
that was very far.
I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Wide gap.
Across midfield. He's on his way. Touchdown, Packers.
Goal! I just ran that in like hell. How the heck did I do that?
14-0 first quarter lead. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that.
Gonna go for Tatum, but Tatum wasn't open.
Obviously, a pass play. He couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Carlson on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be touchdown.
Barrios now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
All right, let's go
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Call.
From the gun, it's Tua.
Bro, move, Parson. Okay, that's fine.
Walker came through to make the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Looking to pass, Tua. Drop for a loss.
That's not safety?
Multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space.
Get this. We're going to put in Jefferson and
well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch. Really nice yardage.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
All right, Jefferson, your turn. Let's go, Sad Hut.
They'll look
and
to
pass now. Let's go.
It's a Packers touchdown.
Freaking go.
Justin Jefferson, a 9-yard touchdown grab, and the Packers have front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders.
That was so bad.
Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Taking it about the 1. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Miami set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again. George Karlaftis able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Henry. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Packers.
Let's go, Henry.
It's not too often.
Go, Derek.
Hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But This one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Yep, just what they said. There's no hope for the Dolphins going forward. This is just proves how good the Packers are.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Dolphins offense returning to the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Clark just fell over twice.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense
take him out.
And give
safety.
Rest.
Give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That zero on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Short throw to Musgrave. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Heck of a move and then brought down near the 23. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Henry running right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 126 yards rushing for him now as this sensational
Derek
afternoon
is so
continues.
dang good.
This is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
We're going to run a stick.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Derrick Henry, you are going to go streak. Go over there. Like it.
Now back to throw. This is caught. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield?
Go Tucker Kraft!
Packers touchdown.
Go!
Tucker Kraft, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back in the 4-yard line. Devondre Campbell all that play up. On 2nd down, Mostert, and they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we're at halftime here in Orlando with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thank you very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down movement. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to
safety. Go!
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down.
Third middle, let's go!
Today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time? Where you
Derrick Henry all alone. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers.
He threw me in. Why did he do that?
63 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
in this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Let's go.
42 yards
Even
now
though they got
on
the
the
first
ground
down, we
on
got
just
him down.
7 carries.
Take him down.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to take this ahead for right
Mostert?
around 3
You mean
yards, but no
mustard?
more than that. Second
Stupid.
down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. I mean, I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game. It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Ooh, yeah, let's go, Kenny Clark. Let's go.
As he gets home for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Fielded at the 43. They juked him. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
This is Derrick Henry
So
playing.
first and 10 now from the 30.
Jefferson over to make them. Let's go.
A shotgun handoff to Henry.
Their safety really sucks.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Now that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him, because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all.
They'll try and run for it with Henry.
Get that in there, boy. Let's go, Dick.
Touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers have widened the gap now to 50 points.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
That's fine.
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks out.
Whoa!
This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
What? Devondre.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Sorry. I had to sneeze.
Now Tua. Getting this out to the
get the first. Let's go, boys.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That one from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch.
Sorry, I had to sneeze again.
Thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have the first down.
Mustard ran into the first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Oh, and this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he's taken down inside the 30. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he's down at the 17-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On first down, Tagovailoa. Wilson's got it complete.
Not the first down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Yep. Back 3 yards. Let's go.
Losing yardage to the 14. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Hey, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down,
I hit my defender's foot. Who is that even to?
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Go!
A stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's got it past the 30.
Where'd you go, Derrick?
Hit and dropped. 229 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous.
Give me an outside zone.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Henry.
Dude, their safety is so bad. The whole team is terrible.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Derrick Henry, 60 yards.
Oh, yeah.
The Packers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Carlson's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
You might call touchdown. Nope.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Tua now on 1st down. They set up the screen. Achane has it.
Wow, he got 1 yard.
About the 16-yard line.
Nice job.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted.
Let's go, Parsons.
They actually accomplished their goal there.
A lot
now
more
they've
than
got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down.
Go, Parsons. I told you. He was literally the best, probably linebacker or tackle, whatever he played in the game.
Better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And this
Let's go, safety again.
Disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the buck."
Sure. Should I
They think this one is over. In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped, not a return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
We're calling inside zone. Going to pre-play. Audible.
Following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They're going to look to throw. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Here's 2nd and 7. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. This will go to Henry out wide.
I believe in Henry.
Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Curl it, curl combo.
Yeah,
curl it.
Needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Set hut.
On 3rd and short, they'll try
and
pick it
we're
up
running
in the
it.
air. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, the coaches come into a game preaching total team effort. CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Two are going to throw.
Let's go!
Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. So a good punt there, but a very strong.
All right, we're gonna have to go a Hail Mary.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big
go, Caden. Freaking go.
7 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game.
Freaking go, guys. Alright, well, I'm going to end it here. I'll probably go live in like 10 or so minutes. But by the time you'll see this video, it's probably going to be, like, I'm going to be done being live. Well, time to end it. Peace.